Now, this is our last time we'll see your school, Rutgers-Newark, for the season, unless
That's
they
right.
get
I
the
can
playoffs.
coach anybody's team.
That's true, too. It don't matter. McKevitt doesn't get his put back to go. Every opportunity for Rutgers-Newark to get back into this one. They just can't connect.
7 times Jersey City has not scored. Rutgers had a chance to convert and still hasn't put it through.
Ray Perone takes charge out there and makes a good call that time. Canada was moving. And the foul called on Dwayne Canada, his first, team's third. Neither team in any kind of foul trouble here, and Rutgers-Newark will get a chance. But John, like you said, 4 or 5 times Rutgers-Newark unable to score off possessions. Canada ahead of the field, he'll be tough to catch. But Lauderhan does a good job to knock it away.
Lauderhan is very deceiving.
What?
Excellent foot speed.
That's also the desire of not having anybody get in front of you and get a layup for free.
That's not his man.
They're all your man, Coach. I thought you taught that way. Mark McKevitt puts that one back in. McKevitt's first deuce of the game, and Jersey City's had almost everybody who's played score. Goes out of bounds as the ball was knocked away once again by Dwayne Canada from down below. Good job again by Canada to play defense. And John, you have to be impressed with this play.
There's no doubt. Him and Danny really have that point guard position sewn up, both offensively and defensively.
And Sam Lowe towed the line, John. Makes the 3, so Sammy Lowe has 10. And that's a big help to cut it into 14, but they're going to have to get on it now. We just approached 10 minutes to go in this contest.
Yeah, but what's happened now is I'm sure you're going to see some substitutions where the starters now have gotten approximately a 3 or 4 minute blow, and now they're going to come in, and here's the difference. Right now, Jersey City's coming back with 4 of their 5 starters, all 5, and look at what's happened here. Boysitz, Lauderhan, Lowe, Garbowski, and Capers are in the basketball game, Rutgers starters, but they've played the last 9 minutes. Very important in terms of Rutgers being able to control the next 4 minutes.
Rutgers does trail by 14. That'll be their 6th team foul. It's on Mike Lauderhan from behind. And it's a
good time to go zone, to give him a blow.
It's a great point because they're going to have to get their rest on the court. And these guys got a rest 3 or 4 minutes, and the lead was maintained, if not expanded on. Inside, Melvin Nelson's turnarounder gets the roll. Melvin Nelson has 8, and that's a bonus.
And here comes the pressure.
Right into the long arms of Neil King. He just can't recover it. But if Boyce is begging for some help now, Rutgers-Newark had to have seen the press, John.
Well, Rutgers' press break is very, very effective. It spreads the floor, and your point guard cannot dribble the ball. You have to pass over the top of the pressure.
Looking for the lob. Sammy Lowe he had eye contact to go for it. He stayed away. And Rutgers-Newark will run their offense here. Spread very wide and very well right now. We'll see how they go from their corner entry. Out of bounds. Boyce hits dribbles.
See, it's so important against a team like State that puts that constant pressure on you to make good decisions after you beat the pressure. A lot of coaches tell you to take it over the pressure, down to the baseline, force the defense down to the baseline, kick it back out, and start your offense.
This is Eddie Baum, back to Waddleton for 3. Waddleton's got it. Danny Waddleton has 5. The lead is 19, so got an opportunity to get very ugly here. Rutgers-Newark's gonna have to put it back together again. Garbowski, good hand, and a great block by Neil King. Garbowski will get 2 opportunities, and once again, the speed off the feet by the Jersey City players is unbelievable. John, this is a team that can rival almost anybody. I think they can play with the best of them. This is a quality or size-wise of a Division II or even a lower Division I type team.
What Charlie's doing is he's pressing with 4 people, and he's putting either Mr. Watkins or Mr. King in the paint and say, okay, listen, if you beat the 4, you still have to deal with me. And what that does is, with the 4 people pressing and trapping, knowing they got the big guy back there, boy, it makes their job real easy.
Garbowski makes the first of 2 and misses the second, and Jersey City all over the boards. Eric Rochelle ready to check in for Rutgers-Newark. And Jersey City State will pull the offense out, and this is a good sign that Jersey City's going to have to show Coach Brown the fact they can run a half-court offense.
Well, it's a tough part of the game now for Rutgers because with the score, they've got to go back man. So, you know, that little rest we talked about possibly in a matchup zone 3 or 4 minutes ago, that's out the window.
Sammy Lowe's jump shot won't go. There's Melvin Nelson with the kick out and recovered by Darren Watkins. We approach 8 minutes. It's 18-point lead for Jersey City, and the ball thrown away by Dan Waddleton. And now into the game comes Eric Rochelle, 6'5" freshman out of Lake Apacong, New Jersey. He attended Jefferson Township High School, and body size, not a bad size team for Rutgers-Newark, but Jersey City just a very, very large
team. Gothic's doing an excellent job on the defensive glass, limiting Rutgers to just 1 try.
And there's a backcourt violation, and John, there's an old statement that tiredness makes cowards out of the best of them.
Well, it may not be a bad time to take another timeout.
They just need the rest. Jimmy Boyce is just so saturated.
See, now what's happened is Charlie Brown's done an excellent job at resting his veterans. Now, Coach Hill has got to respond, and now he is substituted for Garbowski and now Sam Lowe. But now we have the second-line players against State's first-line players. It's going to be very difficult.
Neil King with a slammer jammer to get that one going. He has 15. Boyce is in trouble and wisely throws it off Waddleton. But he's being left down there as a one-man island, John.
Well, right now, Rutgers has a problem in their 2-guard spot. It looks like Mr. Magazine is going to function as a 2-guard, which is not his total forte.
Loose ball comes away to Rochelle. Capers quick put back in. Capers has 15 to lead Rutgers-Newark, and right back at you come the Gothics. They don't really give you an opportunity for any rest. Melvin Nelson trying to steal his man from about 20 feet away from the passing lane. Off the hands of Darren Watkins. Good look by Ed Baum.
Well, right now, Rutgers is turning their head, and Jersey City is just beating them to the offensive spot on the floor. And now we got Michael Lauderhan in for Jim Boysitz, and Michael will go back to the point, a position, Bob, that he was accustomed to last year.
A real deserved rest for Jim Boysitz. He has had the load of handling the ball put to him all game. Lauderhan penetrates, good feed to Gajewski for 3. It's short, an air ball, but Rochelle picks it up. Back to Gajewski, he goes down the lane, and King had him intimidated. Neil King went up after that one, and Ray Gajewski threw it just a little bit higher, and it went awry. So, but it was retained by Rutgers-Newark.
Good move by Eric Magazine on that kick out.
Nice move by John Capers, and it counts. Foul on Melvin Nelson, and a great shot by John Capers. His 17th point of the evening, and a real good job by that young man, staying with the big boys.
And John Capers, Bob, as you well know, is still ranked in the top 10 in the country in field goal percentage. So when he shoots it, he makes it count.
Not bad for a guy who sees double teaming, John, quite often, too. When he gets the ball in the key, they all go after him, and he's really responded very well, especially this evening.
Charlie Brown has already taken those subs, which came in about 3 minutes ago, back out of the ball game.
Jerome Frink back in, Sean Rooney back in, Mark McKevitt, so everybody getting a shot, and here comes the other 2.
And his starting backcourt
is on their way out, so they'll be out soon, too, as Canada and Beck get ready to check in. McKevitt was open, but Rochelle saw the pass. Eric Magazine to Gajewski, put it in. Ray Gajewski has a deuce.
Rutgers back to the man, has no choice at this point of the game.
What a mismatch. Rooney on Gajewski.
There's no call for that. There's no way you lose your man on a backdoor situation from the baseline.
Eddie Baum gets a deuce. Lauderhan for 3. Got a nice stroke. Mike Lauderhan has 7, and Mike Lauderhan is someday going to be a 2-guard, but he likes to shoot better from that one spot.
Well, it's the offensive set, and what's happened now is when Rutgers has kicked it, as we see, watch out.
Nice teamwork, and Lauderhand misses the chippy. Oh, real good work that time by Rutgers.
Yeah, but you know what? You don't do that. And I'm going to be critical here. That's an open layup. You take that thing to the glass, you draw the foul, you try to get to the free throw line and stop the clock. Not only the first pass was a mistake, the second pass was pretty, but useless.
Exactly, but with 5:14 to go, Rutgers-Newark has narrowed this very, very quietly to a 12-point deficit. It's 66-54, Jersey City on top, and while we usually go away to break here, we're going to stick with this. And John, you're going to give us the women's standings in the NJAC.
Glassboro State, Lady Props, still atop, 8-1, 13-1 overall. Rutgers-Camden, which we're going to see next week.
A major surprise.
8-1, 11-2 overall. Trenton State Lions, 7-3, 10-5. Montclair State, 7-3, 10-6. Kane College, usually at the top, having a bit of a down year, but I'm sure Coach Butch Wilson will get them ready. 5-4, 8-6. Rutgers-Newark 4-5. 6-6. William Patterson 4-5, 9-6. Ramapo 2-7, 6-8. Stockton, the Ospreys 1-8, 4-12, and Jersey City State having a tough year, 0-9, 3-12 overall.
Eric,
as we see a break.
Mark McKevitt way above the crowd for that one.
Now that's what Eric Magazine should have done last time down the floor.
Mark McKevitt puts a period on the end of that fast break. He blocks the shot, breaks away, and winds up getting some well-deserved points for that one. The crowd enjoying that one immensely. Mark McKevitt stretched to his full 6'7", John, and you don't realize how big he is until he gets up there.
Right now, Gothic's playing great team defense.
That was a real big 2 points wrong way for Rutgers-Newark.
They have good pressure on the ball, Bob, and they're taking away all the passing lanes.
McKevitt's putback of Rooney's miss goes, and he's fouled. Mark McKevitt with 6. A chance to stretch that out, and just that quickly, it's a 16-point lead again. 70-54, Jersey City State on top, and they are explosive.
I know you're looking at me, but
you're sitting there amazed. I think they amaze you at all times.
They've always been, and they will continue to be under Charlie Brown, a team that just comes at you for 40 minutes. And you know what? They let you break down and let you make the mistakes at the crucial points of the game. They just come out and want to play a consistent 40 minutes, which they've done again this evening, and the opposition will break down.
McKevitt makes it to give his team a 17-point lead, and it'll be out of bounds to Rutgers-Newark. Man-to-man at half court by Jersey City. 4:19 to go in this contest. It's a 17-point Gothic lead. They've just stretched it out with a quick shot and a quick run that time. Beck pressuring Magazine. He pulls for 3. Doesn't get the roll. Boyce's turnarounder won't go. Everybody jumping all over the place. Sam Lowe's jumper blocked and a foul on Sean Rooney. That was a series of just put-ups and pray-it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of driving lane areas, which I think Rutgers should take advantage of and try to get to the line. There's 4 minutes left. That's a long time. The next foul will put State over. Stop the clock, go to the line, run your offense, get your D up, get in their face, and turn this thing back.
And exactly, my exact point and sentiments too and thoughts is the fact that Jersey City will give you ample opportunity with the speed they use on the ball to get enough shots to possibly get back in this contest.
And they're not going to go in any delay game and protect the lead. There's no doubt. They're going to do the things that they practice every single day, the things that get them all those W's.
Okay, McKevitt collars the rebound. Rutgers-Newark misses 2 attempts, so that's a big deuce that they lost that time.
See, right here, everything should be denied. Everything should be denied. The low post should be fronted, either ball side, totally, baseline side, pinch from behind. There's nothing to lose.
No, you got nothing to lose now.
Go at him.
Jerome Frink throws the ball away. It'll be Rutgers-Newark ball.
I think we've seen the last of John Capers. He was
limping a little more noticeably each
exactly,
time.
and Coach Hill recognizes that and
wants him to live to play another day. And Boyce forces one in. Candidate comes away with it. Frink ahead of the crowd. Has trouble with it, but it wound up being a deuce. The best thing that happened to him was the trouble.
4.5 steps, Bob, from half court under the basket.
That's quickness. Joe Hahn with a good move. He just checked back in, gives it to Garbowski, backs it out to Lauderhand. He keys a three. He's got it. Mike Lauderhand has 10. And when he is hot, he is great. Didn't hustle enough that time. They got it to go off his body. Stefan Beck using great court sense to knock it down right off Mike Lauderhand.
Still only 16 points, Bob, with 3 and change.
Right, you'll send Jersey City State to the line the next time if you're Rutgers-Newark, so that's a good sign. I think on the court right now, you don't want to send Beck, Canaday, or maybe Rooney, but you got 2 opportunities. McKevitt, there's Frink, always with a loose ball in his hand. And the crowd is up because Charlie Brown will now empty his bench. And John, they better make a foul quick as Canaday breaks ahead of the crowd. He goes in, doesn't get the roll. Lauderhand picks off the board. Ahead to Boyce, we're approaching 2.5. Hahn for 3. Got it. Only 2, though. On the line for Joe Hahn. Great shooter, Joe Hahn.
Excellent shooter. Timeout, GOTHIC.
Timeout, they're going to make the subs. They're going to force us to go down the list, John, and get them all. And when we come back, I have a question that's been waiting 2 weeks for you. So with 2:22 to go in this contest, Jersey City leads Rutgers-Newark by 16. We'll be back with the final time in this action right after this. You see it, 75-59, and we have subs all over the place here, so we'll get them as they go. Number 24 is Darren Savino. Number 32, Herman Proctor. Number 12, Ronald Trado. Number 13 for Jersey City, Raymond Carson. And the final one in that will be number 30, Carl Flournoy, who's played already today. Kyle Price, number 23, in for Rutgers-Newark, along with 34, DeZio. That's Doug DeZio. So we've got substitutes all over the floor as Kyle Price tries to go baseline. This is Hahn. Forces his way baseline. It's an offensive foul. John, with 1:53, I just don't want to miss this question. Excuse me. You told me Charlie Brown always keeps one of the big guys on.
No, I didn't say Charlie. I said all coaches.
All coaches, excuse me. And Herman Proctor.
Herman Proctor, 6'6".
350. And John, you keep him on for safety?
There's a reason why, as we get a break.
Great
Excellent
pass.
look.
Proctor with a great dish, and Flournoy puts his own rebound in.
There's a reason why you keep a 6'6", 350-pounder on your team every year. Fights. The coach stands behind him.
Smart move by Charlie Brown. The whole staff can get behind Herman.
And Herman is a excellent football player.
Excellent. We know that already. And he's out of Somerville, New Jersey, Somerville High School. Joe Hahn, good head fake. His jumper goes. Joe Hahn has 7 in a supporting role, and not a bad job by that young man. This is Trado with the ball. Ronald Trado out of Hudson Catholic, a 5'11" sophomore. Proctor loses it out of bounds. The other players in there, Raymond Carson, 13, 6'1" freshman out of East Orange High School, East Orange, and lives in Orange, New Jersey. Darren Savino out of St. Anthony's, a 6'1" junior. And we mentioned Proctor already, so everybody's seen action. For Rutgers-Newark, Doug DeZio out of Shore Regional, Manahawkin.
That's what you have to do, and the freshman did it.
Okay, basket by number 33, Rochelle. Long jumper won't go. There's Hahn with the rebound. And ahead at 77-63, a 14-point lead. Here's DeZio again with another foot in.
DeZio's going to be a good player, Ron. He has a lot of the tools. He has excellent hands.
Savino, long jumper, get the deuce. Darren Savino on the board. 10 seconds left. Kyle Price, head fake. Into the lane, everybody went for that one. Lauderhand, a deep three. Mike Lauderhand has another, and that should just about do it. Lauderhand finishes with 13, and we've hit all zeros on the scoreboard. Your final score here at Jersey City State is the Gothics 79, the Red Raiders of Rutgers-Newark 68. And John, if anything, I think Rutgers-Newark did a good job staying with them, considering 5 against 12 at some point in time.
Well, there's no doubt. Obviously, the intent was to do more than stay, and and they did. And I think if you would recap the game and look at the tape, you would find that Jersey City had 3 important, probably 2.5-minute spurts throughout this game that extended the lead from the 6 or 7 points to the magical 12 or 14. And they maintained that lead, and it was very difficult with the depth that the Gothics possess for Rutgers to counter, and it was just you know, it was really a well-played game by both teams.
I thought same thing I say, you know, get it down to 11-point final, not indicative. You saw good action on both ends. I thought Rutgers-Newark's big men, although outsized, not only in height, but in weight and width and everything else, did a good job staying with them. And I think fatigue and what you said earlier, just the pressure itself, got to the whole Rutgers-Newark squad as time went on. So your keys really work out. The tempo stayed with Jersey City all game. Rutgers-Newark was never able to change that tempo, even though they did slow the game down at times.
The 2 keys we talked about at the beginning was, one, obviously, Jersey City's pressure, and for most of the game, the Raiders handled it pretty well. But there were, again, 10 to 12, 13 times that they didn't make good decisions after they had beaten the pressure up front. The second part to that theory was that we predicted that Rutgers would use more of a matchup zone to deal with the pressure and also deal with the rebounding edge. But because the score was at an imbalance or extended to 12 or 14 points, they had to play more man-to-man throughout this basketball game. And as a result, they got tired, they got worn down, and then the depth came back into it.
Okay, we're going to take a short break now. We'll be back with winning coach Charlie Brown and our player of the game. So once again, final score here, Jersey City 79, Rutgers-Newark 68. We'll be right back.
The Newark.
Welcome back to Fry's Gymnasium at Jersey City State College, where Jersey City has come away with the 79-68 win over a stubborn Rutgers-Newark team. Bob Lebline along with John Adams, and we're with winning coach Charlie Brown and our player of the game, Jerome Frink. John's got a few questions over there for Coach Charles Brown.
Coach, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you, John.
And I think your depth really told the tale in the second half.
Yeah, I think that's the difference. You know, we can come off the bench with 6 and 7 players, and then there's not too many teams in our conference that can come off with that. So if the first group is faltering a little bit, we've got the second team coming in and pick up the slack.
And again, a trademark of yours, pretty balanced scoring throughout the lineup.
Well, that's important for us. You know, I tell them if we have 1, 2 guys scoring a lot of points, we're not playing well. Our trademark, as you said, over the years has been that fact that, you know, we play a lot of people, and a lot of people do a lot of scoring for us, and that's important. I thought Rutgers-Newark played a great game today. I thought they did an outstanding job. We went up on them 17, 18, 19 points, and they never gave up. I just thought they did an outstanding job tonight.
Right now, obviously, coaches are starting to get focused for the conference stretch run. In looking in the conference, a few games coming up, what do you have next?
Next we go down to Camden on Wednesday, and then we have a big one against Trenton here next Saturday at home. You know, right now we're on top of the conference, but we've got to go to Glassboro, we've got to go to Stockton, and we've got to go to Keene. So, you know, this is what I told the kids, take the games one at a time, and hopefully we'll be successful if we do it that way.
Again, congratulations, and we'll see you down the stretch run.
Thanks a lot, John.
Bob?
Okay, Jerome, first of all, congratulations on a great game, and it almost became the Jerome Frink show, we can really say, along with Charlie Brown. You do so many things that are intangibles. You come in and lead that second group, and no matter what the first group has done, you guys seem to bring it up a notch. The 5 of you that play together, you take special pride in that?
Yeah, in practice every day, we just work hard. We just focus and everything. Coach Brown tell us, you know, play defense. I understand that the first team is out here for offense, and both of us is out here for offense, but we specialize in defense and practice. We just work hard. Everything, you know, we come together. And I just like working on defense. It doesn't matter.
Well, it tends to show. We have mentioned in both shows the past 2 weeks, every time there's a ball that falls free, gets loose, it's in your hands. It's just an amazing situation how you tend to pick it up. You have the quick hands. You get a guy like Dwayne Canady playing with you. He knocks a lot of balls free, but you seem to find it. Is it any special knack, or is it just, as you said, the constant hustle of playing defense?
Just working hard, that's all. Working hard.
Okay, you have a great team. You get in there and you play against it. Are these guys that you play against every day of practice, in your opinion, one of the toughest groups you've ever been against?
Yeah, I could say that, because like we have a new group, the big, you know, we all going 6'6" down low and everything. I just like banging, working hard on the boards and everything, playing defense. That's all.
How do you look at this team? You've been with Jersey City. You know what it's like from both ends of the ball. You know last year you guys struggled a little bit, didn't make the playoffs. Now you're on top of the heap for a while. Is there a special drive in you, especially as somebody who's come back to make it back to the playoffs and prove that last year was just a fluke?
No, I just say that we just here, you know, we know that we can, you know, take it. We're going to just try and work hard on it and everything. This year we want to get something out of it. We want to go for the rings and everything. We just going to work hard and try to get to it. That's all.
Jerome, you have the perfect answers for the type of player you are. You work hard. You're a lunch pail kind of player. You come in every day, do exactly what you have to do. Our congratulations on a great game, being our player of the game. It's been a pleasure having you, and best of luck in the future. Keep your team winning, and I don't call you the second group, guys. You're just the next 5 that come in. You really do a tremendous job, and 10 guys I think who could wear starters jerseys anytime you want. So best of luck to you. Thank you for coming on, Charles. Always a pleasure to have you. We'll see you again real soon, I'm sure.
Thank you, Bob.
Okay. John, I'm impressed, first of all, with just Jerome Frink as the person, a real well-spoken, articulate kid who goes about doing his work. And
the blue-collar worker.
If Charlie Brown could get that kind of player, and then you know that whole second group is just like that. I know a few of those kids personally, and they play the game that way. He's got a real flashy, showy group, but yet he comes on, and when it's time to get down and dirty, those 5 guys are always on the court.
Yeah, there's excellent depth, and obviously that was the key for the Gothics this evening against the Rutgers Raiders.
Okay, and Rutgers, on the Rutgers side of the ball, they did a fine job of staying there. Jim Hill, we talk with him, we joke with him. He wants to know when it's his turn to get those 6-8s. I know you've got them hiding for him pretty soon, but he does a great job. He's well prepared at all times. His staff does a good job, and his kids come out and do perform. They give 100% at all times. We said there's no quit in this Red Raider team, so he's really got him on the right track. Now he's just got to get over the top of the hill.
Well, you know, the difference of, like they say, Division I players. Now, this conference has a lot of Division I players. The only difference between the 3s and the 1s is the fact that the Division I teams have probably 9 or 10 quality players throughout the end of that bench. And right now, as you say, Coach Hill's done a great job for us. They always are prepared. They play hard every single night. Very competitive, and there's still a few upsets in the Red Raiders' future, I think.
Okay, once again here from Fry's Gymnasium, the final score, Jersey City State 79, Rutgers-Newark 68. For John Adams, the whole OBC crew, this is Bob Lebline. We'll catch you next week.